When I first moved to Indonesia, I honestly thought that the cultural shocks that I will experience will be something so big, obvious things. But quite surprisingly, the cultural shocks that I experienced are part of the daily lifestyles. Such small little things. My name is Emily. I am from Botswana and I am an international student living in Indonesia. Today, I want us to talk about cultural shock. Here in Indonesia, I know I have stressed this enough. They use Bahasa Indonesia in their daily lifestyle. It is a shock because from where I'm coming from, English is part of our daily lives, and it was quite a shock for me to try and address people in English and they did not understand what I was trying to express, because we know that English is quite a common language that is used to communicate amongst people who don't speak the same languages, right? And then there was the food. Honestly, Indonesia has the most amazing food. But tell me why they eat rice for breakfast, lunch, and supper. Back at home, rice is such prestigious food. Well, I'm using prestigious for lack of a better word, because in my household, my mother usually allowed us to eat rice on Sundays and when we have special guests. She will cook it with stew and variety of vegetables. That's why I'm calling it like that. And also, the spices here, they are quite extreme. Of course, you have a choice to choose whether you want your food spicy or not spicy, but the amount of spice tolerance here is so much that when I ordered my first food here, when I got here, it was nasi goreng. That is my personal favorite. I asked for spicy nasi goreng. I didn't quite understand how extremely spicy they meant, so that guy kept on putting in the chili and I was like, okay, maybe it's not so chili, that's why he's putting more and more of it. I did not even make it through a quarter of my meal. I had to buy milk and drink it. That is how spicy the food here is. But like I said, you have a choice whether to choose if you want too spicy or not too spicy. And then one of the most shocking things about living here in Indonesia is how friendly the people are. The people here are so friendly and they are so curious. They will greet you whenever they see you. They will say hi, and out of curiosity, they will always want to talk to you. Sometimes they even want to take pictures with you. At first, it made me feel a bit uncomfortable because I wasn't really comfortable sharing my pictures with people that I don't know. But then as time went on, I realized that this is just how these people are, and I got to appreciate it. And then there is the religion aspect. The people here respect religion so much. When it's during the day and if there's a call for prayer, you will just see them get up and go to the mosque or the masjid to go and pray, something which I truly do appreciate. Back at home, we do have Christianity as a majority religion. However, we pray in our private spaces most of the time if we are not at church. And well, it's not so visible like here where you get to see people putting things to a stop and actually going to pray. So that is quite a shock for me as well. So if you are planning on moving to a new country, just take cultural shock as part of a lifestyle. It's part of growth and you will be learning things from a different perspective and a deeper way of life, of how people do things in life. So thank you so much for tuning in for this channel, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. So where are you and what cultural shocks are you experiencing? Let me know in the comment section. Bye.